welcome to our Majora's Mask Let's Play. This is part 2. So we are playing Majora's Mask. If you haven't watched our previous video, you can see that we are tackling this game in not a speed run, but just a regular run through Majora's Mask while me and SGG are commenting. Unfortunately, Ook is not around this time, and we're sorry that he's not around, and we're sorry to him for having this inopportune time to start this. But don't worry, we'll do just fine without him.
Yes,
not trying
unfortunately, I was not available this weekend, so we had to do it today. And also, well, I doubt Hero of Time would have had ample opportunity to get us all together over the weekend, considering the fact that he apparently had some scheduling issues.
Alright, so Hero Time is not talking because, again, his mic doesn't work.
Yes.
So, again, our Let's Plays are weekly, once a week. And we are from the website gardensdetermina.com. Hope I didn't cut out there.
Well, luckily.
So,
currently, as you can see, we are exiting from the town of Clocktown.
Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of advertising as this video starts, for fun's sake. I'm working on my Link to the Past game review, and if you are a member of Gardens Determina, you already know I'm working on it, but if you're not, go ahead and go to gardensdetermina.com. Soon my Link to the Past review will be out at some point. I also need some beta readers and some designers for it, so I would love it if people could assist me, whether or not they would want to or not.
Yes, guys, check out his reviews. They are amazing, believe me. You will enjoy them greatly if you are enjoying this video, which I sure hope you are, because if you aren't, then I'm just sitting here talking to people who aren't enjoying a video, and that's never good.
Stop glorifying me.
Okay, I will try. Very hard, but it's difficult to not.
Alright, so we knocked that owl out of the park. Heh. That's not really a good pun, if at all. Don't insult me for that. Okay, so we're going to go over to the Stray Fairies. Or not. I guess we're not supposed to go there yet, I suppose. Since we are sort of in control of what Hero Time is doing, what I mean by that is Hero Time is doing the controls of the game while we are commentating.
He's doing the controls.
Yes, he is doing the controls, but we have a little bit of influence over what he's doing. I mean, we could say, oh no, you missed something, or something like that. Although I'm pretty sure Hero of Time has played this game more than I have, because I've only played it a very short amount of time.
And he will also probably not listen to us if we try and tell him something, because he probably knows better than us. And would just think that he missed something, when in reality he's,
What if I did the unthinkable and pulled out a walkthrough?
Then you would be more correct than him in any regard.
Well, I won't do the unthinkable, though that would be kind of funny.
Huh.
Alright. I'm sure the video is looking fine for you. For me, it's just has a little bit of lag, but it's fine for me, I guess.
Well, for me, it's kind of bad, but you guys are seeing this in very high quality HD.
Alright, so a little topics of discussion, since, first off, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen, if you are Nintendo fans like me or SGG, you have seen the new Nintendo Direct. And there was a lot of interesting things announced.
Yes, there was.
For example, February 13th happens to be the release date of the 3D remake of Majora's Mask. And
February 13th.
And it looks amazing right now, according to the trailer and the 20 minutes of gameplay from the Nintendo Direct.
I didn't watch the gameplay.
I did. I can comment on a few things. For one, the Song of Double Time in the remake will actually go to any hour you wish. That's in a later point. Although you can't fast forward to the next day, 2 days, like you can't go 2 days, it is limited to a bit. It's much better than just going to 6 a.m. or p.m.
Yes, allows you a lot more control over things like side quests, which you would normally have to wait several hours for to activate if you're just on that day for the simple side quest.
Also,
I think it reduces a lot of the grinding.
yeah. Also, not from the gameplay minutes, but from the trailer, we could see a bit of a visual differences between the bosses a bit. For example, a Dalwa looks a lot better for one, having an eye on the back of his head. Probably going to be associated with the bow and arrow as usual for what you have to fight him with. Also, the game just
didn't notice that.
The game happens to get just a great visual upgrade, mainly the same visual upgrade as Ocarina of Time 3D, although improved in some aspects. For one, it's very, very easy to keep track of the time. For one, just as easy it is in the original, no doubt. But just stating that, it does look really nice, and I am unfortunately succumbing to the depths of hype, and I'm drooling over it. I've already pre-ordered it.
Not a good idea when you're at a keyboard.
Yes, but I pre-ordered it.
Never a good idea.
Okay, I get it. I won't drool. Anyway, but I'm part of the hype for it. A third of me is just wanting it because it's Majora's Mask that I played it before. I haven't finished it, but I played it before. While the other 2/3 of me is, well, ow. Am I cutting out that badly?
Not badly.
Okay. Well, a lot of me wants the game a lot, and god dang, my internet is actually really bad. Comcast, I blame you. Okay, I hope Comcast doesn't sue this video for me saying that, but or something like that.
It's gonna happen now that you've said it.
Oh god. Don't comment.
Don't be sad.
Okay, I'll stop talking. No, I won't. Anyway, also there was new announcements such as the new Nintendo 3DS that looks a lot. Well, the new Nintendo 3DS XL. It looks kind of very visually impressive. I've already pre-ordered it, and I can say from what I've seen from trailers that it looks really, really nice.
Yes, it does. It's amazing as a matter of I also feel limited.
Well, for one, the controls look absolutely fantastic. I mean, it looks like the controls of what they kind of supported the GameCube controls a bit. The analog pad is a lot more noticeable. There's even an additional one in the top right corner. The volume is much easier to reach. Only in the top left. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because this is a very disheartening moment between Tattle and Skull Kid, sort of.
It's really sad.
Yes, it is. Although you have to admit, Majora's Mask has some really good character development.
Well, it depends on the character. Some characters are just there. But there are only a few of them, so I guess you could say it had very deep backgrounds for most characters, which creates a very deep story, atmosphere, feel. I guess you could say. I don't really know how to express it. I am trying to put it into words.
Well, certainly the main story is a lot more endearing than it looks at first. It's very expansive as it goes throughout the game. Although Tattle's cluelessness is going to be the end of me at some point.
Hopefully that some point will not be before the end of this Let's Play.
I hope
because
not.
if that happens and Ook isn't able to make it, I will be commentating alone.
Okay. Don't worry.
It's gonna be something like this. Oh, look. There. Oh, and look at that.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's going to be. I'm horrible at commentating when I'm better.
At some point, if schedule says, or if we just have very luck on our side, we might actually have more commentators than we had previously in our first video. Only if time is on our side and things work out as well as we want them to. And
well,
the more people, the less awkward it gets.
That's debatable.
Alright, back to Nintendo Direct. I also saw the trailer for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Yes. That one wasn't as interesting, actually.
I'm not exactly one of the biggest Kirby fans, and honestly, was kind of clueless at that game because I haven't even played Kirby Canvas Curse. But I can say though that the game looks really nice graphically.
I about that, but I honestly am absolutely cool when it comes to Kirby. I have never played a Kirby game as much as some people might take me for that. It's true.
For me, I've only played a select few, and some of the people have told me that I've selected the bad ones, or maybe not. Well, not necessarily, but the only Kirby games I've played are Kirby and the Crystal Shards. Hold on, I'm gonna stop talking. Tingle's about to fall to the floor. Tingle, I hate you so much with Four Swords Adventures, and you know it. You steal all those rupees and you sell maps for overpriced in Wind Waker. How dare you?
I wonder what he spends them on.
Make himself look more like a fairy.
Maybe these days he'll actually come up with some apparatus to make him smaller. You know.
It does say, I am the visual reincarnation of a fairy.
Yeah. Considering how dark, doesn't look like one.
I don't know why he uses the balloon to get around. I still don't understand that.
Well, I guess it's the old motivation deal. There's a period in time other than, you know, flowers. They have to be a Deku, so I guess he's using his efficient transportation that is available to him.
You're cutting out a bit. Alright. So. Whoa, I never went there and he found something that I've never been to. Okay. So, Hero of Time is already better than me at Majora's Mask. If that wasn't made clear enough.
No. I'm expecting.
So let's see. Other from Nintendo Direct, we've got the new Mario Party game, which looks like they're bringing back the Bowser chasing you and other stuff from, like, what was it, Mario Party 2?
Yeah, I actually didn't really like that aspect. It feels a little overdone.
Yeah, the just hit the block, just walk around instead of run away from Bowser.
Yeah.
I
think Mario Party 8 was my favorite Mario Party game. Mario Party 9 was, I don't know.
I've never had that many Mario Party games. The only Mario Party
7 was good too, but Mario Party 8 was there.
The only Mario Party games I have to own are Mario Party 7 and 8, while the Mario Party games I've played is a bit of Mario Party 1, Mario Party 7, Mario Party 8, and some of Mario Party 9. Although I can say the mini games in Mario in 7 and 8 and 6 are really good.
I've never played 6, so I can't much about that.
I can say that the mini games in Mario Party 8 are really good too.
Yeah, they are. I really like to feel them.
They're very addicting, as I point out. I like it when the game specifically has a separate, you know, a separate way to actually play all the mini games.
Yeah.
The mini game
center about it,
in Mario Party 8, the mini game center. All right, other things in Nintendo Direct that there were.
I feel like that was lacking in some other games.
Yeah, let's see.
The other games.
Well, first off, the new Fire Emblem game, which we have no idea the title yet. Oh my god, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I will try not to gush, but the visuals, it's the same art design person as Fire Emblem Awakening, so obviously something amazing is going to happen. Same art director, sorry, not art designer, but it looks so amazing. The visuals and just the opening thing that they did at the beginning of the trailer just looks really cool.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you here, by the way, but I just really like this guy in the sunglasses.
He's kind of fat.
Yeah, he is, but he's awesome.
He has to take care of Tingle, so obviously he has to deal with a lot of things. But I am the reincarnation of a fairy! Do your work! You're embarrassing the family! Go home! They don't want you to be like that. Now look,
I don't know, maybe his entire family is composed of equally weird individuals.
you know, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Okay, so just wondering, what is your favorite transformation of Link?
I'd have to say Zora Link. I find it to be rather majestic, as Kay might say.
Well, yeah, that also has the best swimming mechanics ever in a Link in a Zelda game ever.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Well,
The only thing that ever came close was the flying, manual flying in Super Mario Galaxy, the original. But since that was really limited in that game,
yeah,
I personally prefer Majora's Mask to Super Mario Galaxy.
yeah, well, yeah, it was the best like swimming in the Zelda game since Spirit Tracks going underwater in the train without any air. Sorry, I just had to point that out. That's really weird. Just had to point something weird in Spirit Tracks. Don't kill me, Spirit Tracks fans.
Spirit Track fans are almost as lethal as Ocarina of Time fans.
I wouldn't say as lethal as if you diss Spirit Tracks, you're gonna get a lot of hate messages. If you diss Ocarina of Time, someone's gonna be at your doorstep soon. Same thing for Majora's Mask and Wind Waker. If you diss Wind Waker, someone will be at your doorstep. I mean, let's give an example. You know how some reviewers of Wind Waker say how the color palette is terrible, or something like that, how the graphics look so childish for a Legend of Zelda game? Pretty sure someone shot those people, because you don't hear that anymore.
I get the feeling that a lot of people said the same thing about Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess was like literally the polar opposite of Wind Waker.
Yeah, but at least some people who have problems with art can be just a tiny bit justified. I mean, it does try to get really dark at moments. But to say that the art of that game is flat out wrong is gonna get you killed.
Yes. That's certainly not far from the mind of people. But, some people, at the very least.
And specifically, if you diss Majora's Mask, I mean, I'm pretty sure if any of you watch Game Theory about what the most powerful Link incarnation is, and you'd be surprised when you see that Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask was the best incarnation. Well, really just Majora's Mask, but although technically they are the same incarnation. But
yeah.
in Majora's Mask, I mean, Link has all these masks. He can turn into a Goron that can smash things. You got the Fierce Deity mask that really wrecks people up. And the things that he has to go through, the puzzles, Stone Tower Temple, and he has to deal with monkeys.
Monkeys are the worst.
Run, Link. Run away from the monkeys. Or follow them, or whatever. I memorized the path for day 1 for the Lost Woods just because it's kind of easy to figure out. Well, not the Lost Woods, whatever it's called in that part.
I believe it is the, Actually, I have no clue.
Maybe it is this. No, maybe it's not the Lost Woods, but the Swamp Woods.
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to insult Majora's Mask. I'm sorry. Again, I haven't finished Majora's Mask, and I don't know that much about Majora's Mask.
I've watched like 3 Let's Plays of it and played it myself, so, I won't consider myself like a English person or either.
I've got to interrupt you for a second, but a certain someone just sent me a text message saying, "Well, if you haven't finished Majora's Mask, you should play it right now."
I like that logic.
And I would answer that, except I have a Link to the Past review to work on.
Yeah.
We're just doing a video because Let's Plays are awesome and fun to do. speaking of which, I wonder when we're gonna stop the video. I don't know. I don't think I'm the one to judge this time around.
We're like almost 25 minutes in.
Yeah, we're about 25 minutes in. Well, for the first guest development, we'll stop about 43 minutes, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like 40, 30, 38.
No, I want to go a bit more time than that. Let's go 40.
Okay, 40.
All right.
Hero Time, what do you think of that?
He'll answer us again. Even though Hero Time can't talk, he does not have a mic. He can like send us messages, and we will definitely say what he's saying.
Well, he hasn't said anything yet, so
All right, don't worry.
if he does say something, we will say something. So, you know, just saying, we aren't excluding you from any conversation. He just hasn't said anything.
All right, but don't worry, we have nothing against Hero Time. Hero Time is better Majora's Mask playing than I am. That's been obvious. Alright, so...
Also, we're at 21 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. So we're going to stop it around, for you guys, 40 minutes. For us, it'll be, we'll stop in 20 minutes, basically.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around that. Anyway, while we help Koame, god dang it, I keep messing them up. If I get them right one time. The only time I ever get it right is when they both pop up at the exact same time, because that's because they say their names as they pop up. Pretty sure. I'm just to make sure I'm not wrong. Kotake is fire and Koame is ice. Pretty sure. Please don't.
Actually, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I have a sinking feeling it might be, but I'm just right now. Comment, you guys that are watching, you can obviously comment saying if I'm wrong or not. I probably am. I'm not always right. That's all. That's completely assured. It's obvious. I mean, in my dungeon reviews, I make it obvious that I'm not always right, and I want people to have an influence on my stuff. I just completely, utterly digressed right there. Back on topic. Back on topic. So
what would you say our topic is?
Oh, well, we went through Nintendo Direct. So,
well,
I'm just gonna ask you who are watching, please comment on whether or not you, what your favorite incarnation of, Link is, and what game, like, what do you think was the best incarnation of Link? Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, very well be the exact same one. Because Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask technically is the exact same incarnation. Same for Link's Awakening and the, and Link to the Past.
And, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2.
Yeah. Although,
And Seasons and Ages.
well, Zelda 2's incarnation, I'm just gonna say this right now, Zelda 2's incarnation probably had a lot to do. It was either A, Zelda 2 just had the most difficult journey, or his was just the most realistic.
Well, I wouldn't say it was realistic. I won't jump into that boat because I know somebody might pop up in the comments and tell me or you off. Anyway, not really.
Alright, so as we take pictures of the swamp as we go on our boat, we think back to the games of old, specifically the first 3 games. Well, let's make that a topic. So what do you, SGG, what do you think about the first three Zelda games? Well, specifically the first one for right now.
Well, the first one, I think it was very good actually. For its time, it was revolutionary. I mean, from a modern perspective, though, I'd say the concept was good, but the graphics could have been better.
Oh, well, I have
little joke there.
Yeah. I have 2 viewpoints on Legend of Zelda. It all depends on how I'm looking at it. If I'm looking at it from at its time and as a Zelda game in general, the game is great. There's no doubt about that. It was definitely revolutionary, and it definitely had a lot of elements that it created for the Zelda series. Had a lot of exploration, had a lot of work cut into it. I don't think Nintendo was being lazy. Although some could argue that maybe they were a bit in the second quest, but I believe that the design of how the game worked was really nice and mostly good most of the time.
Well, you have to value how much work they put into the first quest. I mean, you can only spare so many resources for game development, and if you pour all that into the main story, which most people are going to play, you're not going to have much resources left to do the secondary story, which maybe an eighth of players play. I mean, like, not that many people serious enough Zelda fans to go out and complete 100%.
Yeah, well, I will say right now, as someone who has the first game, second quest, I do like it a lot. So, I do recommend it for people who, okay, by the way, Hero of Time says hi, by the way.
Yes, he says to tell everybody that he said hi.
Yes. So, let's see. So I talked about how I thought it was a great game as a Zelda game and at its time. Now, if I were to take it from what you said as a more modern perspective and not as a Zelda game but as an actual video game, I can say that it did not age well. Yes, I mean it did age. I mean, well, not. I wouldn't say it didn't just age well flat out, but I'm just saying it. It doesn't look as good as it did back then.
I think it looks the same as it did back then. Just people weren't as used to the modern Battlefield 5 standard.
And in actuality, to be completely honest, I've never believed that a game ages. People are just spoiled by games that they are around. There's no such thing as a game aging. I don't believe so. There is just that we're spoiled by games that are better than it. So when someone says, for example, that Link to the Past wasn't as good as people say they were, I say they're probably wrong, and they've just been spoiled.
Or Ocarina of Time, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they've just been spoiled by future games. Specifically, Link Between Worlds, a remake of Link to the Past that does better than it in every single way. But Link to the Past is still a great game. And you're just looking at what the other games do better instead of looking at what it did on its own before them.
I think I agree with you about that.
Yeah. Oh god, am I cutting out?
Yeah.
I hope not.
When you hear me talking randomly, that means that you cut out. I'm trying to have the audience is randomness.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay. So alright. So if I were when I go to my game review, when I see the score that I gave for Legend of Zelda 1 as a Zelda game, and in the past, I gave it an 84, which is a great score. If I were to give it a score based on how it's modern time and how it is a guide game and most people need to use a guide to play it, and how it can be difficult and there are congested moments and it can be a struggle at some points for people of modern times and people who are playing it modernly. Basically, to the regular video gamer, I would give it a 71.
Well, I can't say I would agree with that.
Well, then again, 71 on my standards is not a bad score. It means that the game was fun.
I don't know. For IGN, a 7.1 would be mediocre.
Yeah, to me, I don't believe that it goes straight to mediocre. To me, so if I were to give it by IGN standards, I would give like the Zelda 1 as a Zelda game like a 90 something. while giving as an actual game like a 79 maybe. I don't know. Basically, what I mean by my score, I have a different scale when it comes to rating. A game isn't bad by my standards until it's like a 45 or lower. Basically, if a game gets 4 stars or lower, I immediately recognize that it's a bad game that I shouldn't play.
Well, I won't say you shouldn't play it. You should play it for laughs and giggles. Let's just say that. Let's just leave that.
Just to say you played it.
Yeah.
Although I played Big Rigs, and I regret it. I regret it. I regret it so badly. I'm safe to say I haven't played Right to Hell Retribution, which is good. Sorry if this was ending prematurely, but I'm getting kind of tired with talking. Are you sure we can't end now? I can go a bit longer. I'm just saying we've gotten some decent chunk of time. And
I'd say 31 minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes. We'll go with 5 more minutes as Hero Time suggests. Alright. So, another topic. Zelda 2, considered the black sheep of the series.
I think it's a bit more than a black sheep. I think it's more of an cow. It's a sheep herd.
Well, I don't. Again, this is a philosophy I got from some reviewer called Some Call Me Johnny, but a company has to make a big mistake in order to get itself to be better, because then they know exactly what they need to do to not be a bad game. So to say Zelda 2 is a bad game is both a bad thing and a good thing. But I still don't think it's a bad game. I gave it a 54, a mediocre score, by my standards at least. It's simply because I never actually found myself saying, oh, I don't want to play this. Because that's what a 45 or less would mean to me. A 54 means, oh, I can stomach it. Well, I can't recommend Zelda 2 to the everyday video gamer, but I can certainly say that there is some fun to be had.
Well, now the fun, it all comes at though. You really have to be persistent with it, and it's the harm of death.
It does take some dedication.
Yes, it does.
Especially since...
a lot of dedication.
Yeah, dying.
We're being in our...
There are still the huge flaws of if you die, you get sent back to the castle.
Yes.
And go all the way back. Although thankfully I've never had that moment, but that's because to me, okay, this is kind of a guilty thing to say, but I kind of went through that game with infinite lives. Which I did say that I did that in my review by the end of it, just because the difficulty was insane. But I honestly wouldn't recommend that to anybody else. The infinite lives thing definitely makes it more. It takes a lot less dedication, but it also takes a little bit. It also takes not a decent chunk, but a little chunk out of it of what makes Zelda 2 Zelda 2.
I think I'd agree with you, but at the same time, it does reduce a lot of the frustration. And if you're frustrated with a game, you can't really review it impartially.
Although I can say though that even though this is still considered cheating, you should definitely, if you really want to get the full enjoyment out of Zelda 2, use save states, use an emulator or something.
Yes.
If you have a virtual console, use save states because you definitely need to not have to go all the way back from the castle, and it'll definitely take a lot more enjoyment without taking a decent chunk out of the Zelda 2, as you'll still have to go back to that save state.
Yeah, I save states are the way because, I mean, infinite lives, I feel like that is...
It just takes too much out of the game.
Yeah.
It could, depending on the game. Well, for example. I can name a certain bad game that I would always recommend Infinite Lives for, because I don't want anybody to ever go through such frustration. Hint, hint,
Ooh.
hint, hint. I want to be the guy. That game is frustrating as all hell. If you haven't played that game, I promise you it's difficult. It was made to be difficult, but it's difficult.
I have actually never heard of that game.
Really, I want to be the guy. It is an indie
Yeah.
game.
Well, indie games are, by their very nature, mostly obscure.
It's really a mock-up game. It takes fun in a lot of old school games. Well, it makes fun of them, really. It is also awesome, but it is considered to be one of the most difficult games ever made, as it was made to be difficult, much like Dark Souls was.
More difficult than Zelda 2.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh more difficult than Zelda 2. They're more difficult than like Castlevania.
Oh God.
Almost as difficult as probably. Although there is difficulty settings, specifically if you choose the easiest difficulty setting, there's checkpoints everywhere.
Oh, that probably makes it easier. I'm not sure. I haven't played the game.
Although the default difficulty and what most people who do actually play I Want to Be the Guy for the reason of I Want to play the guy, be the guy is because there's the God dang it. Why am I stuttering? The difficulty it's usually set to is hard, which is really hard. It's the average setting is only like 13 checkpoints throughout the game, and the game is long. Very long. And the 13 checkpoints aren't like stage checkpoints. They're like, if you lose, you go all the way back to the beginning. There's no if, and, or but unless you hit a checkpoint.
So, on the scale of Zelda 2, with 1 being the length of Zelda 2, how long is the game?
Length of I Want to Be the Guy. I would say it takes as long as a speedrun of Dark Souls. All right, so I'm tired. If you are too, I'm sorry if I'm being tired and it's kind of shortening our time here. But should we wrap this up?
Yeah, I think we should come to a close. I think we are at the 37-minute mark.
Yep. All right. So, thank you all for watching this video. Again, we are from GuardiansDetermina.com. You can see our YouTube channel should provide the website somewhere.
Actually, it's GuardiansDetermina.tumblr.com.
Yeah, .tumblr.com. It's a Tumblr website. At some point, we will eventually have our own domain, but for right now, it is on a Tumblr website. We have a discussion threads with lots of people who talk and discuss on it. We have articles. We have my dungeon reviews. We have a lot of people on it usually, and the biggest reason why we came because Majora Smash fans and we're all Zelda fans. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week for part 3, where we most likely might actually get the Woodfall Temple. I don't know. All right. So I'm ShadowSect.
And I'm it.
And he's SGG, and that's the end of the video. We'll see you later.